We had an M&A trade. We had a few M&A trades hit the tape here this morning, one including the regional bank business, maybe a super regional bank to be. Herman Chen, Bloomberg Intelligence senior analyst for U.S. regional banks. Huntington Bank shares buying Cadence. Herman, talk to us about this deal. What's going on here?
So Huntington's fresh off of a deal in Texas. They just closed the Veritex deal, which added to entered Texas through the Veritex merger, and they're doubling down in Texas, adding Cadence, which is in the Houston market primarily, and also some slower growth Southeast markets like Birmingham, Tupelo. They have some exposure to Arkansas and Missouri, but Texas is really the prize.
Texas is really the prize, and Cadence, I believe, has two headquarters, one in Houston and one in Tupelo. So Huntington now has presence in 21 states, and it becomes a super regional.
That's
I love
right.
that term, super regional. What does that mean in terms of regulation and what kind of capital it needs to hold on its balance sheet?
Yeah, so that's a good question. It will clear the 250 billion asset mark, which is a step up in regulation. Really, all that means is there's more regulatory reporting. There's a tougher regulation in regards to liquidity, but overall, it shouldn't mean too much for Huntington, and we are expecting some deregulatory efforts from the Fed later over the next few months. So that should actually work out in Huntington's favor, and I think what we're seeing is that just the regulatory efforts, increasing M&A transactions as a result of the Trump administration being very more open to deal making, and you're seeing that play out not only in this deal but also with Fifth Third buying Comerica and also PNC buying a bank in Denver, First Bank. So more transactions to come.
Wow. What's the upside for Huntington Bank shares here in getting bigger?
Yeah. So they are doubling down in higher growth markets, right? So Huntington is based mostly in the Midwest, upper Midwest, slower growth demographics. They've focused on not only hiring folks in national businesses, but also expanding in areas like the Carolinas. They were doing an organic push in Texas before the Veritex deal. So the management team is being much more aggressive, and they talked about improving their return profile, increasing their return on tangible equity by 200 basis points over the medium term. So the greater scale, the better growth demographics really will fall to the bottom line.
So what I found interesting in this, Herman, is that earlier this year, Cadence bought another bank, Industry Bank Shares.
Right.
Who's a buyer? Who's a seller in this great regional bank M&A thing that we're seeing?
Yeah, I think what you're seeing today is, and I'm just looking at the KRE index and all these Texas-based institutions that are part of that are getting bid up, like banks like Prosperity, First Financial, Origin. We've seen a number of bank deals in Texas, both larger and smaller. Remember, Comerica is a Texas-based bank as well. So these are that seems to be the area of choice for these regionals, and we're seeing that activity really pick up.
Herman Chan, thank you so much. Appreciate it as always. Herman Chan, senior analyst. He covers the U.S. regional banks for Bloomberg Intelligence.